What's going on, guys?
Hello!
Woo!
Yeah, this is something brand new we bring into the table here.
We're trying to see if this works out, if tier lists are still a thing, in
what
the
the
future.
fuck are you talking about?
It seems to be like they still are.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So we are going to do our first ever episode, episode video. Let's just go video.
Our first ever tier list.
Our first ever tier list for Shreddy Bois.
Yeah!
Woo!
And what a great start, with ranking our favorite Black Dahlia Murder albums in honor of the boy, the fucking GOAT, Trevor Strnad. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Today's his birthday.
Today's
42nd
his birthday, but
birthday.
next month will be...
No, next week on the 11th, actually.
Yeah. I guess May in general would be the month of his passing.
Yeah, it's his birth
1
month
year.
and his... Yeah.
Yeah. Well, regardless, R.I.P. Trevor. Let's
Trevor
get into
forever.
this, shall we?
All right, so this tier list is not really going to be it's not going to be a best to worst type of tier list. Basically, it's just going to be the ones that I guess, for me, ones that influenced the crap out of me as a guitarist,
Right.
maybe had a massive impact on my playing, and also, I guess, more of probably, I guess which one would be our personal favorite, but it, just because, they may not be in the tier you guys wished it would be doesn't mean it sucks. No, I love all
No,
their
no, no.
albums.
Well...
Okay.
Here, all right,
Don't
so
ignore this guy.
This is
This
Brian
is-
telling you this. I definitely do not like all the Black Dahlia discography.
You fucking troglodyte. How dare you? And he doesn't even have a shirt on. He should be in uniform.
I was not ready for this.
Yeah,
So,
totally not.
My experience with Black Dahlia is I like a lot of it, and then some of the newer stuff starts to kind of get a little weird for me. And then they bring it around the corner with Verminous. All right, so Brian's ready to fight me, guys.
I'm ready to throw hands at Mike.
He's ready to fight me. So, all right, let's get into it. Shall we start from first to most recent, or should we just go whatever's here?
Probably no. I would say first to most recent.
All right.
Recent. So,
So what is
the
it?
very beginning, the very first one that started it all for everyone. Unhallowed.
Woo.
So,
All right, what do you think, Brian?
Unhallowed. I love it, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite one. But it's a banger of an album. I would say maybe a solid A.
Solid A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the ones that I like, and it's going to be very difficult for me to differentiate them between goated and S tier. So, I don't know. I don't hate this. There's nothing about this album that I dislike, so I'd agree with you. Let's do that.
It's a humble
Solid A.
beginnings.
Solid A, guys.
Solid A.
And
Now
that's-
for Miasma,
Miasma.
2005.
Okay, and what do you think about that?
I fucking love it because it has the powerhouse of a song, Statutory Ape.
It is really good and
vulgar
possibly
picture.
one of the greatest music videos ever created.
Exactly. Miscarriage.
For that. Yeah.
Miasma, the title track.
You
and
get
then
to
there's-
see a bunch of these young-faced, powerhouses.
Definitely
including-
tearing it up. I believe it might have been footage from Ozfest for that music video.
Yeah.
But that song, okay, so when it comes to that song, it gets me going fucking nuts in the pit. The moment they play that song, I go rage
all
mode on
over.
everyone. Ape shit on
It's
everyone.
done.
It's done. You're done. If I see you in the pit, I don't care what you are to me. You are going down.
Okay, so what do you think? Because I think this is definitely better than their first.
I would say yes.
You think you'd say yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and then obviously we could adjust because we still got a lot of greatness here.
Definitely.
right.
Well, maybe not to you, but okay.
Hey, I told you I like everything they release to a certain point, and you'll see the exact point.
I will disagree, but
All right,
okay.
go ahead. What's the next one, Brian?
2007, Nocturnal.
Nocturnal? Oh,
Yeah,
right,
you were
right,
about to pick Ritual.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a little too far.
You're like, no! All right, what do we think about Nocturnal?
Nocturnal is gonna have to go and goated. I mean, that's everyone considers that as the best Black Dahlia Murder album.
Yeah.
For me personally, I love it, but you know what? For the sake of it, I'll put it in goated. That it's a fucking amazing album. I mean, you have Water Hole, but Night to Have a Curse. Everything
Yes.
Went Black.
Yeah.
Death Mass Divine.
Yeah. All
Nocturnal.
fantastic songs. This
Warborn as
I
well.
hate to say that this is the one where I was introduced to Black Dahlia Murder, but I only really know like all of the hit songs on this one. I have not really investigated the entire album. So
Why are you even doing this? I'm joking.
these guys I'm way more familiar with because just like any band that I start listening to, I'm like, oh, let's start from the beginning and then work my way up. So
Yeah.
this is the album that I really started with these guys, and I really enjoyed. But all right, yeah, I can't disagree with you. Those are all fantastic songs. Even if with those 3 songs that you mentioned,
Virally, I mentioned 5 in total when that, and
Did
then
you?
well, yeah. So
I was debating in my head if you
I
said
said
3 or 4.
Everything Went Black, What a Horrible Night,
Yeah.
Nocturnal,
Uh-huh.
Death Mask Divine, Warborn, and then there's Virally Yours,
I don't
which
think-
I'm literally about to name the whole thing.
I don't think you said the one before the last one.
I didn't get to because you cut me off.
So we'll split it in the middle. You said 4 things. All right.
Yeah.
Next album.
Deflorate, 2009.
Yeah.
Goated.
Goated.
Goated. Goated. I love Riot Night, and when I
Dude.
first heard I
Yeah.
Will Return, Necropolis, Black
Yeah.
Valor, Christ the
Necropolis
Form.
is so good.
It's so good.
Black Valor.
Yeah, Black Valor.
Yeah. Dude, that opening. And that opening screen.
Yeah, exactly. Death Panorama is also another great song to play, dude. That
so
song.
good.
I wish it was a little
so
longer, but at first I wished it was a bit longer. But you know what? I like the length it goes. It's still pretty fucking good. But yeah, no, definitely goated.
Yeah.
Ryan Knight is a huge influence on me as well. I got to meet
He's
him
great.
10 years ago, actually.
He's really cool.
Really cool, dude.
I got to meet him one time. Out of the band, I've only met him and then Trevor, only in passing.
I wish I could have
unfortunately.
met Trevor. But
He's also cool.
yeah,
You'd be happy to know.
I know.
All right.
Now 2011 Ritual, the one you were about to grab before.
Now, is this album as good as Deflorate? I don't know. This is where, like, it doesn't drop for me, but I enjoyed this album a lot. I did not like it as much as this guy right here.
I'd say S is good.
S is good, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
still,
a really fucking good album for me. I
it's still
I enjoyed
top
the
tier
crap out of it. Yeah,
Black Dahlia Murder, for sure.
definitely.
Still top tier.
Now,
Here we go.
Ever Black.
Go to
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
I
fuck it.
love this album from front to back.
I remember when it was.
This is very polarizing.
Yeah.
This is a very polarizing album.
It really is. I remember when it it's actually about to be 10 years next month when it came out. I believe it was June 11th or 13th. I can't remember exactly. But oh my god, I was so excited my senior year for this fucking album. When I heard Into the Ever Black, I'm like, I was like, holy shit! And then the rest of the album is fucking amazing. I also love the Japanese bonus track Seppuku.
Yeah.
Seppuku is such a fucking banger of a song, dude. I wish we could. They need to release it on Spotify, please. Black Dahlia, if you're watching this, please do so.
I remember, obviously I was introduced to Nocturnal. I went back, and then I listened to Deflorate, and I'm like, God, this is such a good album.
Yeah.
And then I didn't feel that way until Ever Black came out again, and when it first came out. And to me, this album from front to back is just perfect. And a lot of people hated this album because it was more melodic, and it had I don't know. I guess that's the best way to explain it.
I don't
was
know. I mean,
melodic.
for me, I mean, the songs are fucking bangers. You have
They're
the
all
Evil
great.
Dead reference song,
Yeah.
which is okay. I guess we'll just say it. Raped in Hatred by Vines of Thorn. Even though we're
Dude, that song
Yeah.
alone is so freaking good.
it's
I
so
love it.
freaking good. And then there's obviously Goat of Departure, Map of Scars. We
Yep.
already said Seppuku.
Yeah.
Control.
Yep.
Every Rope of News is a really fucking amazing one. I've never seen them play that one live, but holy shit, I hope they do someday.
It's good, man.
Yeah, it's such
Yeah.
a fucking amazing
If
album.
I could, I'd be like, boop. Well, you know what? We could do that. If there are multiple in each tier, we could finally we could comb it through a fine tooth comb.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know.
Yeah.
Or who cares? Who knows? All right.
Next is Abysmal, 2015.
This is where they lost me completely because they took a complete departure from what made Ever Black great. They caved to the fans and went in a very different direction. I'd say more techie.
I feel like they were going for a more like raw, natural tone because I revisited this album
Yeah.
like not so long ago. Well, I've been listening to like mainly Nocturnal and Deflorate today, but
Yeah.
I actually grew to like it. You know, at first I was like, you know what, I wasn't feeling it too much. Like I still love the crap out of it, you know. But revisiting it, I'm like, you know what? I'd say it's a B. I would give it a B.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I also.
Or actually, you know what? A.
A.
Hey, I'll do A.
The mixing on this is very strange. The mastering rather, and I don't know. I listened to the entire album and how we mentioned Deflorate, how we mentioned Unhallowed, or how we mentioned Nocturnal or Everblack. These albums can stand, but this, I don't know. It was hard for me to find at least 3 songs on this album that I'm like, oh, this is
Skill
awesome.
issue.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd agree.
No, more like mad.
I don't think. I don't know.
I'd say A.
You would say A. I'd say C.
A.
Let's split the difference.
Skill issue.
All right, here we go.
Nightbringers. Oh
Now,
man,
this is where they picked it back up for me.
this is Brandon Ellis's first album too.
Yes, and I love Brandon Ellis as a guitar player. He's
Definitely.
fantastic. You know, anything that you throw at him, he can solo on top of very tastefully.
Yeah, very
Tasty riffs.
tastefully, very tasty riffs, but the solos have so much they have so much character. His vibrato, his
Lot of
economy
emotion.
picking, a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Just like I felt every solo in that album. But
Yeah,
I will say, you
agreed.
know what? I enjoyed the crap out of it, but I would say it deserves an S.
An S?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked here's my issue is this was a great album.
Skill issue.
If there was a tier between S and A, I'd pick that. You know. Yeah, we'll go S. Why not? And finally, their latest release, Verminous.
Goated.
Yeah, I'd say goated. Yeah, you know, out of all the goated tier, I would put Nightbringers here last because this is a great album. It's got a lot of good songs, but to me, it's not perfect. To me, Everblack, Nocturnal, Deflorate are almost perfect.
I would say, you know what? I think so I mean Nocturnal, everyone deems it perfect, but I would say Verminous would probably be going above Deflorate and Everblack. Reason being is you know, it was just when for me personally, this would have to be the Sunless Empire. That solo fucking took me by storm. I was not expecting that.
It is good.
And not just the solo to Sunless Empire.
Even the single that they released.
Child of Night.
Child of
Night. Then then there was Verminous.
Verminous is good.
Godlessly is another great one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sunless Empire, that solo, when I first heard it, like I want to revisit the day. Or like I guess the moment that, you know, like when I was first listening to this album and then Sunless Empire comes in and I'm like, because I know Brandon Ellis teased it and I was like, wow, that solo sounds so sick. But then listening to it in my car on the way to work, I was like, oh my fucking God. Holy shit.
Verminous is kind of like if you took what made Nightbringers good and what made Everblack good together.
If they did a
you
fusion
would get
dance.
Verminous.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like they still kept a lot of those elements from Everblack. But
yeah, it was
went
very
more
melodic,
techy.
but they were, I would say the same thing, you know, very melodic, but it also was very techy as well.
So, Goated looks good to you? If I had I'd do that. At the very least. If we're going to keep this here and this here, this has to be third, I think. How about us? What are you looking at? What do you think is the best?
I would say Nightbringers after Miasma.
After Miasma?
Yeah, so like basically
Like
between
right here?
Miasma and Ritual.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I like this album a lot more than Nightbringers, but I know I'm very alone on that.
Yeah, you are. I mean,
a lot of people don't feel that the same way.
No, actually, I mean, a lot of people praise the crap out of Ritual. You sounded more like different, a little indifferent about it, but okay.
All right. All right. Well, yeah. I think that's it, guys.
Yeah,
we
totally.
did it.
I mean, we were we were thinking of including the EPs and stuff, but I'm like, you know what? No, we should do the main line. It's a little too much.
It's a little too much, and
you know,
this way, it's just a little bit more simple and clean.
Yeah, keeping it short and sweet
they
for
got
a very
live
first
stuff
video.
too. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's the first tier list.
Let us know what you think, and don't forget to share this with your buddies.
Yeah. You know the deal. This is part of the Shreddy Bois universe now. Hopefully, we're gonna
part of
do
the Shreddyverse.
Shreddyverse. We're gonna do more of these. We had some ideas of doing like some AI stuff, maybe some video game stuff in the future. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, let us know what tier list ideas you guys want, and maybe hear our crappy opinions. Well, mainly his, but okay.
Hey! All right, guys. See ya.
See you on the next one.
Boom.